Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Xenoblade Chronicles X, running on Nintendo Switch. Now that we have Elle on our party, things will get a lot more interesting.
Remember the day you fought me. Nice. Let's do this fast. Balance breaker! Got him! Assault him!
Target in sight!
Flame grenade! Yes! Now tackle it up close. First down! Rising blade! Arcing horn!
Get off! Slide knife! Move in and do some damage.
There's no substitute for real combat.
Let's keep it up.
You will remember the day
Place
you fought me.
Ask questions later. Fire!
My force damage is resist. Got him. Now blast her. Take out cover fire. I'm punching a hole in you. Balance breaker. I can push back.
Shadow runner.
Arcing tail. Keep shooting. Rising blade. Strike first and strike hard. Not my forte, but if you insist. Rising blade. Arcing horn.
Close in. Fire!
All or nothing.
Side slash.
Got it. Now blast.
Target in sight. Hit him again for me.
Got it. Let's pack some more punch. First down. I can push back. Arcing horn. Right? There's no substitute for real combat.
Hope I didn't get in the way. They've seen us. Punch first. Ask questions later. Now, my turn.
Arcing horn. Now, follow the real road. Balance break.
Units destroyed. Move in and strike. Side
All or
slash.
nothing.
Thermal payload.
First down.
Fire! Hit him again for me.
Got it. Let's pack some more punch. Arcing horn.
Shadow strike.
First grenade. Now
Move in and do some damage.
All or nothing.
Upper hand.
Balance
Fire!
breaker.
Fire carnival.
Arcing horn. Rising blade.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Appreciate it. All or nothing.
Shadow runner.
Arcing horn.
Slide back. Move in and keep them going.
Let's pack some more punch. Balance breaker.
Move in and do some damage. Upper hand.
Arsenal.
Fire carnival. Shadow strike.
There's no substitute for real combat.
Let's keep it up.
That's right.
Okay. What's this one? Data miner? You're human, good. If I can run into a blade all the way out here, I guess my luck hasn't completely conked out. Anyway, I could use some help on an outfitter assignment. What do you say? We came out here on a request from Sakuraba Industries. They wanted us to test out a new scale weapon on the engines around here. Everything was going fine until this crazed mephite started attacking. Anyone not inside a scale was wiped out on the first swipe. Mine was total, but at least it kept me alive. Problem is, all that weapon test data is still inside it. The mission came straight from Isobe, Sakuraba's chief engineer. I feel like a total amateur if I let him down. But now that you show up, I may have a way out of this. What do you say? We go grab the test data from the scale I ditched in Rest Lake? I'll give you everything Sakuraba's paying us. That's how much it means to me. Thank you, and good luck. I'm going to find a cave to hide in before something big and ugly shows up and eats me.
I don't think they'll let us walk away. Balance breaker! This part I like. There's no substitute for real combat.
Nice work.
Didn't have to be like this.
Attack from range. Follow me. There. Keep shooting. Balance breaker. Got it. Let's catch some more puppets. Assault first down. Rising flame. I'm punching a hole in you.
Appendage destroyed.
Liz,
Move in
what do
and
you
strike.
say? We feast on the talking potato tonight?
I say we fatten him up another 500 grams or so.
I don't think they'll let us walk away.
Attack from range. Follow me. Arcing hole. Balance breaker.
Move in and do some damage.
All or nothing.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Side flash.
Flame grenade.
Side flash.
Let's go find an opponent that's worth our time.
Let's go.
and me, pal.
They're off guard. Stagger them for melee attack. Appreciate it.
Balance breaker.
Shadow strike.
Arcing horn.
Side slash.
Fire particle!
Flame grenade. First down.
Upper hand.
First grenade.
Bombardier!
Slide back.
Iron Christ!
Arcing horn.
Move in and keep the rhythm going. Side slash.
Got it. Let's pack some more. Rising blade.
Well, let this thing do join the fight. So annoying.
Keep the rhythm going.
Got it. Let's pack some more. Arcing horn. Rising blade.
Slide.
Balance breaker.
Back. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Forte, but if you insist.
Shadow strike.
Fire horn. I'm punching a hole in you.
Slide.
Grab it.
Appreciate it.
Right it.
My adrenaline's rising. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Rising blade. All right. I feel the energy.
We can avoid it!
Right. This'll work best.
Slide. Shadow strike.
Spiral horn. Think I hit my limit.
Hang on.
Eat
Same
me.
ball.
Tackle it up close.
Watch me lay into it!
Arcing man. Keep shooting. Got it. Let's pack some more.
Oh, thanks. Give yourself a boost while you're at it.
Hey, lay off!
Rising blade.
Hit him again for me!
Got it. Let's pack some more.
Scream it out.
Got it. Let's pack some more. Arcing horn.
So nice. Move in and do
All
some
or
damage.
nothing.
Shadow
Spiral horn.
upper hand. Now, melee attack.
My forte, but if you insist.
Rising blade. Keep shooting. Right back. Got it. Let's pack some more.
Heal me.
Arcing horn. Power's up. Spiral horn.
Move in and keep
My
the
forte, but if you insist.
do some damage. Upper hand.
Rising blade. Now,
Slide.
some heals here. Fury.
Harder! They won't feel
I owe you one.
I'm turning this around.
Damn. Keep shooting. I'm breaking point here.
Side
Got it.
slash.
Let's pack some more.
Hit him again for me!
Upper hand.
Rising blade.
You're on top of this now.
Right. This'll work best. Arcing
Sonora,
horn.
get control of the battle.
Don't give them time to breathe. Balance
Side
breaker.
slash.
Rising blade.
Shadow strike.
Assault hammer.
Now, melee attacks.
All or nothing.
Now, it's my turn.
Rising blade. Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Slide. Slinger.
First grenade.
Shadow strike.
Flame grenade. Looks like we'll have to bust our way out of this. Rising blade.
Upper hand. Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Slide. Side slash.
Pretty bad.
Tough. Touch me up. Side slash.
Another thing joined.
Heal me.
Too many things join the battle. Oh hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a long time since Castlevania. I'm doing good. Just getting my my butt kicked in this game.
Great company.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Arctic Core! Right. This'll work best. Balance breaker!
Move in and do some damage.
Oh yeah, yeah. I played on the Wii U too, but I never did finish it. So this is kind of my opportunity to finally finish the game.
Now this part I like.
Side
Flame
nice.
grenade!
Move in and do some damage.
Arctic Horizon Blade!
Damn weather. Somebody fix this.
Okay, Garnish should tide
Lay
me
down
over.
some cover fire. Now let's
Oh, he's got a PS5. Nice. No games though.
Let's go.
Well, you know, future investment. Are you signed up with the PlayStation Network? I mean, you can get a bunch of games that you can play immediately if you do the subscription. No. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of an easy way to play like a bunch of games all at once. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. And then as long as you keep your subscription up, you get free games every month. You know, when they stay on your account as long as your subscription's valid. So it's not bad. Yeah, I don't remember what's on, what free games you get this month. Well, the only problem is that there's multiple tiers, right? So I think the cheapest tier, I think you only get. I don't even know if you get games monthly on the cheapest tier. Largely depends on what you want to play. If you want like an exclusive game, or if you just want to play something that's just popular and available. I don't want to go here. Oh, you want to do some streaming? Yeah, I mean, why not? They do make it easy to do streaming if you want to do streaming from the console itself. That way you don't necessarily have to invest in a bunch of equipment. Otherwise, you can get kind of spendy buying all the capture equipment, having another PC, all that fun stuff. Oh, cool. Took 24 hours. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Honestly, the hard part is actually doing the streaming. You know, figuring out a good time and finding the right game. Yeah, you know, ignoring all the comments. Unless you want to go insane, then yeah, read all the comments.
We can play it.
Right. This'll work best.
Scream at! Destroy! Move in and strike!
Has it been 2 years? Wow, my goodness. Time goes by fast. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. Every sub counts. Although, you know, I don't do this for money. I don't meet all the conditions to monetize.
Looks like we've got no choice.
I mean, YouTube changes the conditions every single time. It seems like every single time I load, they change the conditions. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize that was a level 37 creature. Well, yes. Yeah, if I gave myself the additional pressure of trying to make this a living, I don't know how much fun it would be, honestly. But with no pressure, it's kind of fun. Oh, he's level 19. God, they're all by sight. They all want to attack. And we gotta change the time of the day. Yeah, I'd say, you know, don't get too discouraged when you first start, or maybe you actually already have a built-in audience. You know, it's kind of hard to say, depending on your streaming style. But yeah, I mean, the first month or two may be a little rough. You know, just get your foothold, figuring out all your sound levels and the you know, the best times of the day for the people that you want to reach. You gonna start at 0? Yeah. Well, then I would probably,
Let us walk away.
I mean, if you're not already part of a Discord or some sort of forum or message board, then, you know, find a game that you like, that you want to stream, and, you know, join that Discord, and you can also promote yourself that way.
Punching a hole in you.
I mean, you know, don't just go in there and say I have a channel. You get to know everybody, see what people like.
Move in and do some damage.
All or nothing. Arky horn. Yes. Now tackle it up close.
And you know, always be careful of the multiple scams out there.
All or nothing.
You know, if it sounds too good to be true, it is not true. Not gonna do it for money. Yeah, it's better that way, honestly. Like, if you make it big, great. You know, if you meet all the requirements. But if not, then you're still playing games and having fun. So you're not really losing anything.
First down.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Although it is a little weird when I'm not streaming, because then I always end up talking or end up looking at the camera, even when the camera's not on. How the heck do I get to this guy? It seemed like it was easy enough to find him at first. Yeah, absolutely. As a hobby, it's great. So you may find that you want to be more serious later on. I couldn't give you any advice on that, though. I don't think I'll ever take this thing seriously. Mainly because it's funny, you know. You'll do one thing, maybe get some feedback, and you'll try another thing, and then somebody will tell you yes they like it, and another person will say no, I wish you did it. I wish you didn't change anything. So I would say whatever you like doing, stick to your guns, and as long as you enjoy it, you know, don't worry about too much of the, you know, the armchair quarterbacking. Because, you know, I go through phases like that where I'll be like, oh, well, maybe somebody wants to try something different, or maybe see some different sort of games, or have me, you know, talk more or talk less, and it's never, there's never a happy medium. Yeah, I mean, there are some like old staples if you want to be like a Minecraft or a Fortnite player. Even though there's a lot of people doing that, you know, there's at least an audience out there for it. You know, there's people that are always going to watch that. You know, if you want to do like competitive games, you want to stream like The Division or Call of Duty or something like that, there's always going to be some people that are interested in that. I don't even remember how to get in here. You bad at competitive games, eh? I hear you on that. You know, I always do the more quirky stuff. I mean, occasionally I'll do super popular games, but I do prefer to do things that people wouldn't expect or that they wouldn't normally see. $99, yeah. I mean, that would have been a while ago. What is this guy doing here? God. Now I gotta fight the squirrel.
I don't think they'll let us walk away.
Balance breaker! our home! Archie home! My twin blade!
Red Alert Age of Empires, Diablo 1, huh? Oh, clickety click itself.
Flame grenade! There's no substitute for real combat.
Let's go.
I actually played the old Command & Conquer recently, since they released that remaster. It was fun playing that game again. To me, it's weird how far Diablo has fallen. You know, Diablo 1 being good, Diablo 2 being great, and then 3 and 4 are just kind of, I think, acquired tastes. Especially on 4.
Thank you.
Thanks for the timely rescue. You literally saved me. And I literally mean literally. What kind of world is it where a guy can't hide out in a nice dark dank cave? I swear. Anyway, any luck with the data? Please say it was still intact. This is it. This is the data I need. A total scale isn't great news, but getting this data back makes it all worthwhile. Thank you. Inquire about the new weapons Gigi was testing out. Express concern at whether Gigi can return the data to his Sakuraba safely on his own. I'll be fine. We're close to the forest exit, and I'm used to Primordia. Thanks for the concern, though. Yeah, the game stopped being good on 2. Yeah, I agree. Like, I thought 3 was just okay. You know, I played it, but I can't say that it was like a great time or anything. And then 4 is just not good. Now, let's get you that reward. Okay. Not too shabby, right? Isobe had Isobe had big expectations on this one, that's for sure. Too bad about the wrecked skulls and dead guys, but hey, we got the data right. Not a total wash. And that's all thanks to you. Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing about Blizzard is that they'll keep pouring resources into Diablo 4, and maybe at some point in time it'll be really, really good. But I'm not sticking around for that. I mean, I got other games to play, you know. You played a Druid? Yeah, I think the problem with Diablo 4 is that, I mean, the competition's a lot higher now. I mean, I think a fair number of people that liked Diablo 2 are playing Path of Exile. Although that game isn't for me either. But I can see what the appeal is about.
Am I right?
Yeah, Path of Exile to me at this point, I mean, it's like work. There are so many subsystems you have to keep track of in that game. And after a while, I just, you know, just the dungeon crawling like became such a secondary thing. You know, the longer you play that game, the less the dungeon crawling you do.
Either you picked up another Xeno, or someone's been holding their breath too long.
This is Elle. We met in Noctilum.
We are El Sirif, if it please you. This planet has been our home since days of yore.
Oh, long-time resident?
Marvel Rivals.
That's why we brought him back.
Yeah, not my thing.
Knowledge could prove
But yeah,
invaluable.
you kind of do
I'd
need
like
a
to
like a
request
established
permission
team.
to stay in New LA.
We can't allow just anyone to waltz into our city on a whim. How much do we know about him?
I know enough. Enough to say that we can trust him.
All Mira natives are good, honest folk.
Yes, Tatsu, yes. Anyway, Elma, you do seem quite sure of yourself. All right. I'll share the responsibility. He can stay. If that's acceptable, Mr. Director General.
If you're both certain.
Yeah, I'm mainly a First Descendant player now. I play that every night. But that's a PvE game. You know, there's no competition.
Please call us L. The rest is far too formal. And honestly, we prefer L anyway.
Oh, L, you're the best character.
Importantly, Colonel, what happened with the Lifehold unit?
I see. So it wasn't...
You gonna start at your roots? Gonna play like Quake?
No. Confirmed it was one of the archive units. Unit number 07.
07? That would be the LC repository, wouldn't it?
One of 3, but yes. The entirety of the Library of Congress archives.
God, if I started on my roots, I'd like stream asteroids, you know,
7 through 09.
on the like the 2600.
Well, thank God it wasn't the core. This situation could have been a lot worse.
I wonder.
FF1. I mean, you know, the pixel remasters are really good
LC archives
for the Final Fantasy
contain
games.
every published work in
And you know,
mankind's history. It's
yeah,
not
you,
like it's
I mean,
just a
you
bunch
know
of
that Suikoden
random
and
books and manuscripts you
they just did remasters of 1 and 2 on those too. So those are good.
of opinions and emotions.
I mean, yeah, sure, but...
So if you stop and consider what it means to lose even a third of
Stream
that,
Pong.
it's a cultural and historical loss of catastrophic proportions.
God, when was the last Pong release? I think it was like almost 10 years ago. I think Ubisoft made a Pong game.
Which unit was lost, so hopefully we can find some way to restore it.
Let's hope so.
Moving on.
At least that's my memory of it.
You're certain they were involved in the destruction of Earth?
Here, see for yourself. The left shot is from a battle over Beijing. The right from our encounter.
Son of a... Is it possible this is their native planet?
Tatsu told us they aren't from here, and El confirmed it. They're recent arrivals. Very recent.
So, either it's one hell of a coincidence...
Space Invaders.
Considering they appear to be systematically targeting the Lifehold.
Like old school Space Invaders. You know, the 2-color Space Invaders with like the transparent backdrop.
Maybe the whole reason we haven't found the core yet is...
Actually, it wasn't long ago that they released a Space Invaders game. Obviously, it's not the same Space Invaders that
Talking in the first place.
maybe you and I grew up with.
You got a point there.
This information doesn't leave this room. But we've had several recent
Yeah, I think the last one I played was like Space Invaders Extreme. I think it was on the DS or 3DS.
They may or may not be ganglion. But regardless, I propose we double down on our defenses going forward.
That'll be all, Elma. Please continue hunting for any signs of the Lifehold.
Yes, sir.
There's another one newer than that,
Clock
than
is
Extreme.
always ticking.
In fact, there might be
Have to
2.
find that unit before it's too late.
Let's see, do you know about the Collectopedia? It's a database for all the mysterious items found on Mira. Operatives who come across anything of significance during their travels are requested to register an entry. You'll receive a small rewards as your registered items. How goes your survey of Mira? Remember that your survey rate can be boosted by more than just planting data probes. Doing recon for the segment surrounding a frontier site will also help, so try knocking out some recon whenever you can. There's a new arms manufacturer in town called Mira and Company. Apparently, they're implementing new technologies based on data from Xeno combat encounters. Sounds pretty cool, huh? Head on over to AM Terminal in Armory Alley to check them out. Heart-to-hearts are special conversations that may trigger once you achieve a certain level of affinity with a teammate. Being heart-to-hearts further increases your affinity with them. Heart-to-hearts can be triggered when the ally is not an active member of your team, in places where the heart-to-heart icon is shown. Certain heart-to-hearts have further requirements that must be met before viewing them. You can check those by interacting with the heart-to-heart icons in the game world or on the map. Yes, L can join. Get out of here, Lau. Hold on a minute. Front mission. Yeah, I mean, this game is like a Gundam fam's dream.
Listen.
Jeez, I have a high affinity with Elma.
It should be there.
Keep doing what she says whenever we fight, or we're in combat. I think this one's for L. Yeah, level 38. Might be a little while before we hit level 38.
Am I right?
Whoa!
We're at level 20. Oh, one level off. Super Robot Wars? Yeah, I never played that one.
Could you not?
Or there's a whole series of them,
The
isn't
one
there?
about to take that mission? I'm speaking to you.
Ask the man what he wants.
Oh, good. You're a sensible sort. I promise, this will only take a moment of your time. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The mission you were about to take. I analyzed it based on criteria ranging from Pathfinder experience, build, intelligence. Yes, well, in aggregate, the data clearly indicates that the more qualified candidate is me, Hector Birtwhistle. I invite you.
Yeah, it's sort of strange, and they really don't bring over that many mecha games to the States, even though it's popular. Tell HP to save his breath. That's how such a thing could possibly benefit humanity.
It's quite simple, really, because I'm more skilled than you. I can offer a total guarantee of success, whereas you, well, cannot. Here, this other mission should be right up your alley. I believe that picking 2 samples of Zezian flea wart should be well within your abilities. Is something amiss? You seem dissatisfied.
Volts B, huh?
Ah, how tragic. You now insist on comparing yourself to me. The solution is clear. We'll both complete the 3 missions I just accepted. Only one of us can finish first. This will provide the loser, by which I mean you.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I think it was Macross and maybe Voltron. Macross for sure. I think when I was young, I didn't consider Voltron anime. I really had no concept of, of what that meant. You're now in a competition with a blade named HB for some reason. Install a data probe in Primordia. Generate revenue from a research probe. Give them uranium to Taller.
Whenever you eventually complete those missions, come find me here. I'll be waiting.
Hey.
Or use Blade to agree to accept my request. I presently require 900 units of uranium, and I see you have it with you. May I have it now? Megaton Musashi. I have not heard of that. I will see that it is delivered to the arms manufacturers immediately. It should help considerably with their current resource shortage. Thank you for your assistance. I hope you will continue to harvest uranium to aid in the city's development. I'll look it up though. Sounds interesting. Earn 3,000 credits from Frontier Nav in a single return. should make that. Kind of new last year? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't keep track of every game. I do play a lot of games. Oh, I mean, it sounds cool. Although, strangely enough, as cool as Godzilla is, he hasn't had like a good history of games. At least anything that's been released in the States. God, they released that one Godzilla game when the PlayStation 5 came out, and it just ended up being super boring. It was a real shame because it was a great looking game. The one on Xbox. Yeah, I had fun. Destroy All Monsters Melee. Yeah, I think I played that one on the GameCube, but I had fun with it. Oh, Bloody Roar. I haven't heard that for a while. I also thought it was going to make a comeback, you know. I mean, a lot of other fighting games have been making comebacks recently. But I think Konami's not too terribly interested in bringing back that old property. I mean, they've kind of got other things that are going on at Konami. Because there's an elephant character. That's your spirit animal, an elephant. Oh, did you like Mario Wonder then? Since Mario can become an elephant. Oh, you don't have a Switch. If you did have a Switch, then that'd be your that'd be something you'd be interested in. Yeah, on Switch 2. Yeah, I mean they're gonna announce the details tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do with that. I think a lot of people are pretty anxious to move on from the Switch 1. Certainly, all the core gamers are. Yeah, it's early in the morning too. But you know, typical Nintendo. You don't need to sleep. I have no idea what that probe is. Oh, whatever. Fighting a level 10 enemy. Oh yeah, Tomodachi Life. That was actually kind of a surprise. But then they announced that it was like 2026. I was like, what? That's super early to announce that game. At least for a Nintendo Direct. Usually they announce stuff that comes out in the next 3 months or 4 months.
Our skills were indisputably superior.
In fact, I had 2 games that were like 2026. Again, kind of weird for Nintendo to, you know, announce a game that far out. Oh, Inazuma 11. That's the RPG, right? I mean, I know they have a normal sports game, but I'm assuming you mean the RPG.
All or nothing. Right to the kisser. Now, represent. Assault hammer.
Yeah, something I always wanted to try, but I never got into it.
Got it. Let's crack some more.
It seems the sleeping dogs have risen.
Shumagali detective game. I like almost everything. I like almost everything in that universe. Even some of the more obscure little dungeon crawlers.
Keep the rhythm
Let's
going.
crack some more pop. Got it. Now blast them a bit.
You used to like detective games? I still like them.
Got it. Let's crack some more pop.
It just kind of depends on which one it is, though. Like, lately, I've been playing the horror-themed detective games.
Great company. Strike first. Strike hard. All or nothing. Now let's go find an opponent that's worth our
Yeah, that's true. Nintendo DS and the 3DS, they're like so many games for those systems. Or like iconic games. Hold on a minute. Trauma Center.
By the way,
Listen.
Oh, okay, I did get this. Huh. Yeah, I know. It's a little dangerous for me here, but I just want to see if I can see where the probe is. I'm sure it's surrounded by, you know, enemies I don't want to deal with. Because it would make sense for them to put the probe where the most dangerous enemies are. FN Site 110. Capture card. I have the AverMedia 4K, I think. I think it's called the AverMedia 4K. But basically the AverMedia capture cards are the ones that I stick with. The other major brand is the Elgato. Yeah, let's see. What is this thing called? Yeah, mine's called the Live Gamer 4K. So you can capture 4K video. I think it's 4K 120 if I remember right. Although obviously I don't. There's no way to broadcast that. Yeah, I mean the one I have is not cheap, unfortunately. Depending on your setup, you may end up using like a USB one that just captures at 30 frames. Yeah, I mean I have a capture PC, so I actually have a separate PC that does the capturing. So, you know, I actually have a pretty expensive setup. Which is why the quality of the video and the audio are so high. Yeah, I'll have I have a PC. I think it requires. Well, they also sell a USB one too, so you don't have to buy the one that goes into your PC. But that's how you get like the best performance and the highest quality is if you have it on your PC. But my understanding is that the USB ones are actually pretty good. Yeah, you don't necessarily need like a high performing PC, but it's good to have it's good to have at least an i5, an Intel i5 with a with some sort of NVIDIA card. The NVIDIA card helps, you know, if you have like a 30 series or even a 20 series, or 20, 30, 40. Helps with the acceleration and the capturing. Not that you can't use the AMD cards, but like with the AVerMedia cards, there's they have the software sort of specialized for the NVIDIA side. $250. That sounds about right. I think I paid more than that, but I bought it when it first came out. But you know, you don't necessarily have to get the live 4K. If you're going on YouTube, then it's likely that if you're going on YouTube or Twitch, then you're more than likely only going to stream at 1080p. So you could save yourself money and just get a nice card that does 1080p instead, which is, you know, perfectly fine. Most people watch streams on their phone, so they're not necessarily interested in like the highest bit rate. Just because the highest bit rate's going to cost you a lot on your data. Yeah, generally I don't have any issues. Just keep your drivers up, and you know, make sure you have a good PC. Not just an average PC, really. It doesn't necessarily need to be a high-end PC. Okay, I need to get away from these level 30s. These guys are gonna kill me. I'm trying to find that probe, but obviously that probe is not in some place where I could possibly go and live. Ooh, I have a hard heart with Elma, huh? Well, we're going to VTuber? Yeah, honestly, I'd love to delve into that, but I don't have a real talent for art. so it's just my ugly face. But if I was a good artist, then yeah, VTuber totally. VTubers are kind of fun. Or if you have like a friend or somebody that can do the artwork. Expanding the effective area of the deflector shields will require optimizing our energy output by at least 8%. The only way to accomplish that is by multiplexing our energy drivers. Alright, I'll prepare a couple of design proposals, so you can bring them to the mechanical team and see which they think is the most workable. Oh, hello there, meowmurai. Sorry about that. I was wrapped up in a conversation about technical issues with New LA's defenses, which you heard. Anyway, I didn't even notice you were there. Well, thanks a lot, Alma. express admiration for Elma's many talents. That? Oh, it's nothing. I did a little bit of mechanical engineering work years ago, but it hardly qualifies as one of my many talents. Honestly, outside of engineering, combat is my only noteworthy talent. I can't even cook like Lynn. So I'm determined to see what few talents I do have put to the best possible use for the people of New LA. I hope you too can avoid being constrained by the constant demands of Blade and can put your other talents to use now and then for the good of New LA. Agree. Glad you understand. If everyone used their unique talents to help everyone else out, I know we'd be able to survive our current travails. Travails? That's not a word I would have used. And beyond that, we'd better be polished to build a bright future for us here in New LA. Then we Blades could truly say that we are building a legacy. But in Elba's heart-to-heart, the techie. I just paid somebody for the art. I was going to be really funny and create a VTuber which was just like a scan of me. So it would be a V2. You know, I'd technically be a VTuber, but I just use my face. And then I'd basically animate it like you'd animate a puppet. It would kind of look like that. But then I spent a few hours trying to figure out how to do all the animation, and I just gave up. Yeah, I wouldn't have been the first person to do it. I do know of other people that do that.
Thanks.
Finally. Keen eyes, agile body, the very picture of a well-honed blade. Seems luck is with me. The circumstances were less than favorable, and yet they brought me a singular talent. What are you talking about? Indeed, I was told it would take time to be listed and that finding a suitable respondent could be longer still, and yet here you stand. In any case, none of that matters now. I'll begin briefing you immediately. My name is Roscoe, and I'm a curator. I typically fill orders from the Granada Galactic Group for uranium and the like. A few days ago, we lost the signal of a freight helicopter near the Sunlit Spring in Noctilum. Unfortunately, we've also lost contact with both members of the crew. We need to mount a rescue effort as soon as possible. Tell Roscoe they've probably already been eaten by indigents. It's just Roscoe go rescue them himself. Ask Roscoe how this all happened. The cause? Impossible to say. I'm afraid. Mira is a font of inexplicable occurrences. One thing I can say with certainty, though, is that Howard and Siska despise one another. Perhaps their fighting escalated to heavy artillery. It's funny because it's quite possible, you see. Yes, well, you seem unamused moving along. I ask that you travel to Noctilum and extract Howard and Siska as soon as possible. Thank you. I wait word of your success. I hope you can see them both safely back home to New LA. Avatar's based on his real face. Oh yeah, I was literally gonna do like my actual face. So basically like a cardboard cutout of my face, and then, I'd move the lips up and down. Yeah, not artwork based on me, but actually a more photorealistic version of me. Oh, well, you say it's easy to make, but I actually had, I don't normally do any sort of photo editing, so I actually had to learn. Yeah, I had to learn the photo editing, and then I had to learn the animation rigging. And after a while, I just sort of gave up. I was like, okay, this is too much trouble. I'll just point the camera at my face. Oh, I was gonna do something a little bit more complex than that. Than just an animation. But either way, again, it's much easier just to point it at my face. Honestly, for a while, I was just gonna turn the camera off. I really wasn't sure if it was adding anything to my streaming. I don't know if people are necessarily even looking for my expressions. And I put my camera image, fairly small. Most people who have face cams, they have a pretty large image. But at the same time, it seemed like something was missing when I turned off the camera, and it was just my voice. So, camera stays. Yeah, I mean, I think it's I think if you're doing the VTuber route, then it should be a fairly creative looking image. I mean, that's part of the fun. If your avatar is too cheap looking, I think it might turn people off.
Listen.
Right, yeah. I mean, if it's anime inspired and it has a fairly good amount of expression, then I don't think that's that much of a problem. Yeah, I have seen some rather poor avatars for some VTubers, and I didn't watch them either.
Ow!
Maybe they're really interesting people, but their avatars were really not very good. If you're not going to show your actual face, then man, you better hope something that replaces it is really good. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I would trust that you would have some good taste. This is the problem with this at this point in time in the game, is that a lot of the areas that have probes, like all these unexplored areas here, are too high level. So I can't exactly go installing probes and exploring them. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, make it look good. But maybe beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It seems the sleeping dogs have risen.
Attack from range. Follow the real bone rush.
Now it's my turn.
Assault!
Destroyed. Move in and strike.
Rising blade.
Move in and strike.
Combat.
You know, meeting you humans has truly deepened our horizons.
I mean, animal will work too, yeah. You don't want to do an elephant? I imagine that's hard to animate though.
They've seen us.
At least if you're doing the like the face mapping style of VTubing. Or the the motion capture.
You can do it.
Flame grenade. Lightning blade.
Side slash. Shadow strike. Nice.
There's no
Damage.
combat.
Our skills were indisputably superior.
Ugh, this area is just full of these monsters that just they attack on sight, but they're not worth fighting. Oh, that's a level 20. We'll do the level 20.
Remember the day you fought me.
They're off guard. Stab them with melee attack.
This will knock them off balance. Rising blade.
Damage.
Flame grenade.
Green edge.
Fire particle.
Side slash.
Rising blade. Yes. Now tackle it up
Upper
close.
hand.
Bombardier.
Slide knife. Move in and do some
Iron
damage.
prison.
Shadow strike. Side slash.
The dolphin one.
Sonora. Get control of the battle.
Don't give them time to blink.
Well, it's not common.
Dent in 'em. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
You're mine.
What the hell are we fighting out here? What?
Not out.
That put a dent in 'em. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Let's pack some more.
Primer. Shadow strike.
I'm ready to unload. First grenade.
Side slash.
Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Come on. Hit harder.
Flame grenade.
Upper hand.
Rising blade.
Shadow strike.
A shark and an orca. I can understand the shark.
Close range combat.
Orca? Interesting.
Move in and do some damage.
All or nothing.
Now, ripple them.
Right. This'll work
I
better.
did see one VTuber that was a dinosaur. Although I didn't necessarily like his avatar.
Time.
Our skills were indisputably superior.
Oh, he's Filipino. Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw like a clip of him. And maybe there's more than one, but yeah, I've never actually seen his stream. Yeah, I don't imagine there'll be a whole lot of other T-Rex streamers. they might like pick a different dinosaur. And really, I think it's just because it's hard to animate something like that.
Watch yourself.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Shadow strike. Move in and do some
I'm actually not that familiar with dinosaurs. I couldn't tell you one from the other. I mean, I just know like a raptor or a pterodactyl. All the stuff in between, I have no idea.
Alright. I'm ready to run.
Triceratops.
Move in and do some damage.
Welcome back. First grenade. Did you see the pearly gates?
Shadow strike. Units destroyed. Move in and strike.
Yeah. I think a lot of kids love dinosaurs when they were younger. But yeah, it never was a thing for me. Maybe I'm in the wrong generation.
Started to feel the energy.
I should be
I hit my limit. Heal
Right
me.
in the kisser. Now,
You can
fiddle
die
them.
another time.
Shadow strike.
Rising blade. Flame grenade. Yes. Now tackle it up close.
Upper hand.
Rising blade.
Slide knife. Move in and do some damage.
Get your adrenaline going.
Early bird.
Sorry.
My adrenaline's rising.
Rising blade.
These damn spiders. I was gonna fight more than one.
First grenade.
Now, melee attacks. Shadow strike.
All or nothing.
Units destroyed. Move in and strike. Side blast.
All or nothing.
Scream edge.
Flame grenade. Rising blade.
One more hit.
Fire carnival.
Infuriate.
Hit him again for you.
The best these are the hard-fought ones.
I got a workout from all that running.
Ugh, hate fighting the spiders. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there was any sort of popular TV show when I was growing up that had dinosaurs. I think when I was a teenager, yes, but not when I was like 10 or 10 and under. I think by the time I was in like maybe middle school or high school, there was starting to be like some dinosaur shows. It's hard to remember. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention, which is probably the more likely. Yeah, I don't mind spiders, but in this game, I don't like them so much. But as far as like real life, spiders are fine. They eat other bugs. You know, if I have a spider in my house, I generally tend to leave it alone. Or, you know, I guide it to someplace else that is not so dangerous. Okay, well, let's end this one here. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition running on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I will switch games over to... I'll switch games over to The First Descendant. Yeah, thanks for dropping by again. It's been a long time. And good luck on your VTuber career. I think, I think as long as you don't put any pressure on yourself, you should have some fun. Right, anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.